One Pride, what's going on? It's your boy, T. Back at it again with another episode of Talking with T. Let's get into it. Let's get after it, man. On this channel, we talk about Detroit sports and we chase down the best version of ourselves. If that interests you, do me a favor and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and get in the algorithm. And I really appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to rock with me, T. So let's dive right into this Victory Monday, man. The Lions gave us a win yesterday over the Washington Commanders. 36-27. We 22 popped them in the first half. All my Madden players, I know you guys were waiting for it too. Your opponent has left the match. That's what I was waiting for. But it is the Detroit Lions, and I know I'm not the only Lions fan yesterday going into halftime thinking, oh, we're up 22-0. This can't be good. This is the Detroit Lions. The Commanders are going to somehow find a way to come back and win this game. That's what I was thinking. And I'm sure, as you know what, everybody else, all other Lions fans were thinking the same thing. This game ain't over yet. That's what we were all thinking. But this is a different Lions team. They're not the same old Lions, so we need to get that concept out of our head. The reason why you say it's not the same old team, man, we didn't have very many self-inflicted wounds yesterday. We had one penalty for 5 yards, and that was a BS kind of roughing the punter yesterday. And granted, dude, this is an early game in September. It's September football, and the Lions had one penalty yesterday. That's a pretty clean game, and you didn't turn the ball over. I'm super excited about that, but the one thing they do need to work on early in the game, they need to score touchdowns, not field goals. Any other good team that we're playing, they're going to take advantage of the Lions turning the ball over at the one. You got to punch that drive into the end zone right there. It just, in the first half, we bounced back. In the second half, the Commanders kept bouncing back, starting to come back a little bit, and the Lions just kept having an answer for it. But in the first half, when we're driving and we have a chance to kill the other team, let's freaking do it. Let's punch it in the end zone. Let's not settle for field goals, and that's something this team's going to work on, and they're going to get better. Like I just said earlier in the video, it's September football. These are all things that the Lions can get better at. But that's something I really want to keep an eye on. Start finishing drives like they did in the second half, and they were scoring touchdowns, but they did. They won. It's not the same old Lions. Let's get into the pros of this week. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Sun God. What a steal that was for Brad Holmes in the 4th round last year. Looks like one of the best wide receivers. Jamar Chase is on his own level, but he looks like the second best wide receiver from the draft class last year. He had 2 rushes for 68 yards. That jet sweep. Shout out to Ben Johnson, round of applause, because that was honestly one of the best play calls. Perfectly executed jet sweep. Washington wasn't expecting it. Amon-Ra St. Brown took it for 60 yards. He needs to finish that for a touchdown. The Lions still scored a touchdown there, but man, punch it in the end zone. Don't get caught from behind. Same with Swift. When he got that 50-yard run, don't get caught from behind. I understand he had a bum ankle, so I'm sure if he's healthy, he's going to finish that run. But man, when we have these breakaway runs, let's stop getting caught from behind. That's bothering me, man. Let's finish these runs. And we had 9 receptions for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, another round of applause for that, because that's a hell of a game, and I'm super pumped that he's on our team. The Sun God showed out again. DeAndre Swift, bum ankle coming in, not practicing all week, telling everybody I'm for sure playing. I'm probably hurting a lot yesterday. First run of the game, he goes for 50 yards. Like nothing even is bothering him. And then he catches a ball later in the game. Slips and falls, gets back up, and sees nothing but the end zone. And that was a huge play, a huge response, because Washington's starting to drive down the field, starting to come back into the game, and the Lions respond and go get a touchdown. This was a complete game for the Lions yesterday, and it's just like me as a fan that watches them every year in and year out. You're like, wow, is this the Detroit Lions? Am I really watching the Detroit Lions? That's what I was thinking yesterday, and I know you guys were thinking that too. But it is. This is the new Detroit Lions. We are going in the upward trajectory, and if we beat Minnesota this week, baby, we're in good water. We'll get into that later in the week. Jared Goff, first half struggling a little bit, like I was talking about earlier. They weren't punching in the end zone. He missed a few throws, but in the second half, he was money, man. 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, didn't turn the ball over. Was making smart, not in the first half. First half was not making the best decisions. Almost threw a stupid pick, and was missing receivers left and right. Very hit or miss in the first half. But in the second half, comes out, throws, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 touchdowns in the second half. He might have had 2 in the first, 2 in the second. But either way, came out, threw 3 more touchdowns, had 121.7 rating. Jared Goff may be our guy moving forward. Who knows? But he's got to make it. We got to keep an eye on those stupid situations he makes. super stupid decisions he makes, not situations he makes. We got to keep an eye on that if we want him to be our quarterback moving forward. Even though El Freaky might want to come to the Detroit Lions, I'll take Lamar Jackson over Jared Goff any day of the week. But that's a whole other video for a different time. Dan Skipper, man, skip. Like they said in the locker room celebration last night. Was going to get cut. He got cut in Hard Knocks, crying. He wanted to make the team, made the practice squad, got his opportunity, and had a hell of a block on Swiss. Never played guard before. Had a hell of a block on Swiss 50-yard run. That's just a round of applause for that guy. Way to persevere. Way to keep chasing your dream down. Check out my other videos. I'm always talking about chasing your dream down. So I'm happy for Dan Skipper. I'm glad he got his opportunity, and I'm glad he showed up, man. 3 of our starting offensive linemen were out, and we still rushed for over 100 yards yesterday. This is a completely different Lions team, a completely different ran organization. You can see the cultures here. I'm so excited for this team, man. Aiden Hutchinson, rookie, last week. Everyone's counting him out because he had not even a piss poor game. He had a pretty good game against the Philadelphia Eagles with a hell of an offensive line. He didn't have a sack, and everyone's counting him out. Is Aiden Hutchinson a bust? He comes out in the first half and gets 3 sacks. 6 total tackles and 2 tackles for loss. I'll take that any day of the week, and that's only a rookie. And then Charles Harris, I gotta shout that out. Strip sack, fumble recovery for his safety, man. I love Charles Harris. I love Aiden Hutchinson. I love our D-line, and I love how our defense played yesterday. Defense played really good. Washington was doing everything they can to come back in the game, so obviously they're going to throw dink and dunk and get yards later in the game, and they're going to score it. It's like padding the stats. Like people used to criticize Matthew Stafford, stat Padford, because this is what the Lions used to do in every game previously. It's like a false comeback. Anyways, we took advantage of Carson Wentz's mistakes. We got a pick. Will Harris got a pick. Should have had 2. Tracy Walker almost picked one off in the end zone, way down there, but he dropped it. And like I said earlier, we only had 1 penalty. We had 0 turnovers, and we played mistake-free football. I'm really excited because that was a complete game. The Lions did what they did against Arizona Cardinals, and it's starting to translate. They're starting to traject up, man. I'm super excited for this team, man. I'm so pumped we won. Enjoy this victory Monday. Now we got to watch Minnesota tonight, see how they compare against the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll see how that goes. We're a huge underdog going into Minnesota next week, but if we win next week, starting 2-1 and then hosting Seattle, whoo, baby, man, this season could go really good. Even if we lose to Minnesota next week, we can start out 2-2 with Seattle. I'm super pumped with the way this season's going. Let's get a dub next week. Let's keep it moving forward. It's your boy T signing out. One Pride. Comment down below, like the video, do what you got to do to support the channel. I really appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one.